is the busiest travel month in the world. Airports are packed, tickets are expensive, and calendars are blocked months in advance. For non resident Indians, December is even more special. It is that one time of the year when everything aligns. Offices in the US slow down, schools close for winter holidays, with families in India waiting for them eagerly. And most importantly, H1B visa interviews are usually planned during this period. One trip, many purposes: home visit, visa renewal, and a smooth return to work. This has been the routine vacation schedule for many NRIs in the US over the years. But this December 2025, that well rehearsed routine has been disrupted thanks to the postponement of H1B visa interviews in India under the Trump administration. The busiest travel season has turned into the most stressful one for NRIs in the US. Flights are booked, leaves are approved, bags are unpacked, but futures are suddenly uncertain. While the world rushes home for holidays, thousands of NRIs are stuck between countries watching December pass, not in celebration but in waiting. This video shows a glimpse of how the recent H1B visa crackdown efforts by the Trump administration has turned a once smooth renewal process into an unpredictable waiting game for many Indian H1B holders. Hi, hello, vanakkam, namaskar. Welcome to POV World from Bharat YouTube channel, World Through Bharat's Lens. So what is H1B visa? The H1B visa is a non-immigrant work visa that allows US employers to temporarily hire foreign workers into specialty occupations. It is widely used in high-tech fields like IT, engineering, and healthcare. The duration of the H1B visa is initially 3 years and could be extendable to a maximum of 6 years, with potential extensions too if a green card application is pending. However, due to a high demand for the H1B visas, the H1B visa is subject to an annual numerical limit in the US, which is called the H1B visa cap, which is around 85,000 visas per fiscal year. That is, US issues only 85,000 H1B visas per year. To ensure fairness, US Citizenship and Immigration Services (USCIS) conducts a H1B visa lottery to randomly select petitions. That is, if you are lucky, you will get your visa this year. If not, better luck next time. As a part of major H1B visa crackdown, US President Donald Trump signed an executive order in September that imposed a $100,000 fee on H1B visas. That is 91 lakh Indian rupees for one H1B visa. This order sends shockwaves across the tech firms in the US and the immigrant communities alike. At that time, there was a widespread understanding that immigrant employees who are outside the US have to pay the visa fee upon their entry into the US. So, big tech firms like Amazon and Microsoft even instructed employees abroad to return by 9:30 a.m. IST on Sundays, the September 21, 2025, to avoid the financial penalty upon re-entry. NRIs who were on Diwali holidays in India scrambled to return to USA after cancelling their weddings, celebrations, and even their holidays. Flight fares from New Delhi to New York's John F. Kennedy Airport doubled from 40,000 Indian rupees to 80,000 Indian rupees one way. However, after the Ministry of External Affairs India worked over the weekend to engage with Trump administration, White House later clarified that the $100,000 fee was only a one-time payment and would not apply to current H1B holders abroad. While around Diwali, the new H1B visa applicants were slapped with a hefty visa fees. This time though, it is the turn for the existing H1B visa holders. The existing visa holders have not been spared from the crackdown too. Before looking into what's going on, let's understand the H1B visa renewal process a little. Before 6 months your visa expires, your US employer files a petition and also pays a nominal fee to the US Citizenship and Immigration Services, that is the USCIS. The employer may also pay an extra for a premium 15-day processing of your visa. Once the USCIS receives your petition, your work authorization is automatically extended for 240 days. That is, USCIS takes nearly 8 months to approve your petition. Once USCIS approves your extension, you can stay in the US with an I-797 notice and continue with your employment. Under normal condition, everything goes fine till you stay in the US. But trouble comes when you want to go abroad, say on a vacation or a business trip. In order to re-enter the US, you need a visa stamping in your passport. To do so, you need to complete your visa process and interviews in a US consulate or an embassy in your home country. That is, book your visa appointments in an US embassy in India, complete the visa interview, and get your passport stamped. Before the latest visa crackdown by the US, most NRIs were eligible for an interview waiver program or a Dropbox method. In Dropbox method, the eligible candidate can skip the in-person visa interview and simply drops off his or her passport and other required documents at the Visa Application Center, that is VAC. A Visa Application Center like VFS Global is an official outsourced location which will handle the administrative parts of your visa application so as to streamline the process. These centers will coordinate with the respective consulates or embassies and get your visa stamped in your passport. Because many renewals did not need interviews and were handled faster, Indians could schedule their visa appointments around their trips home, that is, especially in December. Some Indians also had the option to renew their visa in another country called Third Country Processing or TCN. But today, that is from September 2025, the US State Department drastically reduced the interview waiver program, that is the Dropbox program. That means most H1B visa renewals now require a face-to-face interview at a US consulate. The US has also tightened the third country processing requirements, meaning you can renew your visa only in your home country, that is in India only. Due to increased scrutiny and policy changes, officials now face operational backlogs, and this has led to mass rescheduling of the interviews. Adding to the woes, the expanded social media vetting of the visa applicants is delaying the process further. Visa appointments scheduled for December 2025 have been postponed to as late as October 2026 in some cases. US tech giants like Google and Apple have warned some of their staff on United States work visas to avoid international travel totally. So, what is the social media vetting? Starting December 15, 2025, the US now screens H1B applicants' online presence too for national security concerns. This increases the processing time for the visas. This social media vetting process was previously limited to certain types of student visas in the US only. In here, the applicants must provide all their social media usernames from the past 5 years. They should also adjust their privacy settings on all their accounts, even the inactive ones, to public so that officers can view their content, posts, likes and affiliations too. Not only that, the dependents of the visa applicants are also required to set their profiles public. Simply put, if you or your spouse have locked your Facebook profile or you forgot to mention a Twitter account which you have not logged in for years together, you may not be eligible for a H1B visa. This part of the story really sounds scary, as every one of us will have at least one inactive social media account which we would have forgotten totally. So, why does the Indians are hurt the most due to this H1B crackdown? Indian nationals continue to dominate the H1B visa category, consistently accounting for over 70% of all approvals. Also, an estimated 300,000 to 730,000 Indian high-skilled workers are currently in the US on H1B visas. With respect to green card, Indians form a significant group among US green card holders, consistently ranking high in immigration numbers, especially in employment-based categories. For starters, a green card is an official permanent resident card in the US and is just one step below the US citizenship. When H1B visa interviews are postponed, NRIs stuck in India cannot return to the US easily, even if they are midway through a green card case. NRIs are the worst hit by this Trump H1B visa crackdown. Many H1B visa interviews that were scheduled in December 2025 have been cancelled or moved to 2026, in some cases as late as March or beyond, meaning people who have traveled home expecting to renew their visas now, that is in December, have no confirmed return date. People are literally stranded. Professionals with valid US jobs are stuck in India because they cannot re-enter the US without a valid visa stamp in their passport, and their new interview dates are so far out that they might miss work commitments, project deadlines, or even risk losing their jobs. Their job security is under threat now. Immigration experts are warning that keeping your US job is essential because if a person loses that job while they are stuck in India, securing a new visa sponsorship becomes far more complicated and expensive than ever, something many employers hesitate to take on. NRIs stuck in India could manage to get a job security through work from home option till their passports get stamped. But again, there is a widespread fear on the 60-day rule for H1B visa holders outside US. This 60-day rule may not be an official law for extended stay abroad. However, few months back, there were reports about 3 Indian professionals who were denied re-entry into the US after staying in India for more than two months, that is more than 60 days. All the 3 professionals were reportedly stopped at the US pre-clearance facility in Abu Dhabi, where their visas were cancelled, as the US Customs and Border Protection officers have the right to revoke their visas at their discretion. While the US government has not officially confirmed these cases, the incident has led to confusion about whether there is now an informal limit on how long H1B visa holders can remain outside US. At that time, experts were seen advising the US returnees to carry ample proof of employment, pay stubs, and employer letters with them. Even if you have a stamped visa after waiting for months in India, you may be subjected to further scrutiny by the US customs officers. In the end, this visa chaos is not just about paperwork or missed appointment. It's about real lives put on hold. Every postponed interview means another week of waiting, explaining to employers, and living with uncertainty. For many NRIs, this delay is not just a travel problem, it's an emotional and family crisis too. Has any of your friends or a family member is stuck in India due to this H1B chaos? Do mention in the comment section.